Hi, have you ever wondered about C dramas and K dramas, the Chinese and the Korean dramas, the differences between the two? In this video, we're going to break down the two major differences, and we're going to talk about the length of the episodes, number of episodes, and the storytelling types. So you can learn the differences between the different nuances, and what makes each drama unique and each type unique. So hopefully you like them both and you've seen them both and you already have an idea of which one you would prefer, but let's get into it. So in regard to episode length, Chinese dramas go about 40 to 45 minutes. They can go up to an hour or more, especially for the historical or fantasy dramas. C dramas tend to be a little bit more on the slower pace compared to the Korean dramas, and since they have more episodes, they do a little bit more building in depth of characters and backstories, and it could be a little bit dragged out sometimes. K dramas, though, also run closer to 60 minutes. Their specific episodes can very rarely expand past the hour, but they're more tightly written, clear, and go a little bit more deeply, and they invest more in a shorter amount of time. So what this means is that there's often less filler content. So you will develop into and fall in love with these people, and you kind of want to find out more about what's happening next, a little bit more fast paced. The C dramas are often have a high number of episodes. Oh my goodness. Sometimes you can have anywhere from 30 to 60 episodes. Yes, I have watched one, I think that was 54 episodes. It was a historical one. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. And it was great. The more modern dramas, though, for the C dramas run around 24. K dramas, they run between 12 to 16 episodes. They do have some shorter ones, which are 8 to 10 episodes, but normally don't go over the 20. If it's a historical K drama, you might see something in the 40s. So the C dramas, they do have a lot that works around fantasy methodology, the modern day youth, family-oriented type of show and love stories. They have longer story arcs, and there's more, as I mentioned earlier, more character development overall. One thing that is just kind of sad with some things with the Chinese ones is that there's more censorship. So when you have all that censorship, it affects the portrayal of the LGBTQ community. They're a little bit less on the political and sensitive topics. So it tones down the storylines quite a bit. But with K dramas, they do definitely get a little bit more into it, very much into the LGBTQ right now. They have much more diverse thrillers, crime, and fantasy. They are really good with their romantic comedies, since that's kind of what I like. That's what I watch a lot of. And the romance is often uh, centered around your destiny, your fate. Oh my gosh, family dynamics, and they have a lot of their culture obviously involved with. So the K drama's romance is often centered around the destiny and playing a big role in it. Their family dynamics, a lot of corporate intrigues, social hierarchies are a very big recurring theme. While South Korea has some censorship in regard to the violence, it is more liberal in its storytelling. It does have mature themes, and it is really good with the LGBTQ. It is definitely launched quite a bit with those dramas on that platform. So depending on what you like. If you want something a little bit more tame, you would definitely watch the Chinese in something maybe a little bit more mythical with traditional Chinese martial arts. That's really a deep part of the Chinese dramas. And with the Korean, they have their modern and traditional culture that's influenced a lot by the Western influencers. So there's the big pressure for success, and they do a lot on mental health, corruption, and their romantic relationships play a big role in all of their scenes and all of their storytelling. So with the conservativeness of the Chinese, it is something to be get used to. And again, that a lot of the time plays a role in what you feel comfortable and want to be talking about, want to watch that evening. Because sometimes you want something a little bit more down and dirty, and the physical affection, like kissing and intimate scenes, are, like I said, toned down quite a bit in the Chinese ones. So then they have overt romantic gestures, and the K dramas are famous for their strong chemistry between leads and often a lot of kissing, memorable first kisses, a lot of swoon worthy romantic stuff. And I am a closet romantic person, have been since back in the day. So, with all of the ones that I've watched, I find that the C dramas do tend to be longer, slower paced. That historical one that I said that I watched a long time ago was not too long ago, actually, maybe a year ago. That was because I think it was a winter weekend. We were not snowed in, but it was cold and nothing much was going on. So that's just what I found that I liked, and I got into it, and I'm a binge watcher too. So that was a great one to go from back to back because it kept kept the story moving along. So um, there's different places that you can find these different types. Again, the C dramas versus K dramas. Let me know in the comments below which you prefer. Hopefully this helps you, guiding you a little bit more on which you may try to go for and start watching. There's some that I prefer of both. There's some really good C dramas out there, and I tend to like be in a certain taste in for that type of a drama. So I will maybe watch that for a week or two, and that's all I watch are a whole bunch of C dramas. And then my taste change, and then I feel like something a little bit more spicy. So then I'll end up watching K dramas. So hopefully this helps, and I hope that you got a little bit of an insight of what goes on with them, and keep a lookout for some more of my videos. Thanks.